I'm Racers Marshal Pruett. That's really unimportant. What's important is this is Chip Ganassi Racing's Mike Hull, one of the all-time greats when it comes to race strategy. So as we've been doing all year long, Mike, before each IndyCar race, you've been getting us up to speed. How many laps, how many expected stints, tire life, caution history. What can you tell us about this 55 lapper today in Road America?
Well, the coolest thing about the race here today, in my opinion, is the fact that with the repave, it's going to be faster. When it's faster, the consequence is you're going to use more fuel. So that very well could affect the outcome of the race in some way or other, because you really need, it's a three-stop race with 1 lap windows. So think about that, 1 lap.
Really tight.
When you've got less than a gallon in the collector, you've got to find the pit lane, because there's no saving you if you don't. So lap 14 probably, 14, 28, and then 41 to get to the end. Yeah, you can do an alternate strategy if you're at the back, and you'll probably collect your way toward the front, but frankly, it should be a flat-out race at the front. The fastest will survive at the front to win the race by doing a 3-stop strategy.
So you are, though, in one of the part of the camp with a Scott Dixon, who's normally up front, but who's starting, what, 22nd, 23rd out of 27, so should we expect that alternate look from your team and some others who are trying to leap forward?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the thing is, the downside is we have a fast car. The upside is we got to get to the front. When we have a fast car like Scott does have, I mean, this morning on the warm-up again, he proved how fast he can be on either tire. The one thing that no one knows about, and I just mentioned the tires, is the longevity, the durability of either the black or the red tire. It appears the black tires is really as good as the red.
Yeah, there's a rare weekend where there's not real separation.
Really odd, and in fairness to Firestone, let's face it, with the timing of the repave, they didn't have a whole lot of time to react to that. They've done a good job with the tires. It's just a matter of what we do with the tires now going forward. But the people that run the longest will be on black tires at some point, and probably the majority of their running will be on black tires here today. The historical significance of Road America is probably, people like you, Marshall, talk about it all the time, but it's so great to be here, so great to race here, and it's significant to win this race if you have that opportunity.
It's the best, call it normal event on the calendar. We all know that the Indianapolis 500 is a unicorn. That's a standalone thing of itself, but outside of Indy, it's the best event on the calendar. Fans everywhere, every campsite, no joke, sold out. Every golf cart is rented. It's just the state and Midwest in general comes here because it's just a beautiful celebration of motor racing. Let's close on this. So historical trends on cautions, I don't know if we can use that at all. Throw that out. Why? With this repave and everything we've seen, folks falling off the track so easily. I don't know if we're going to have, I hope we don't have any reds, but it feels like if we don't have a couple of yellows, I'll be very surprised, but I don't know if we can predict when.
I think at the beginning. You know, there's going to be enough of scrum at the front end of the race to where you're probably going to see 7 or 8 laps of yellow at the front end of the race, and then it's going to be flat out after that. Think about what they did here. Somebody a long time ago in sports car racing, when sports car racing began, they raced in downtown Elkhart Lake, which is less than a mile from here.
Yeah.
Then they bought this property, which is immense, and they put a 4-mile racetrack on it, and it's held its own the entire time. Civilization has barely found this place even at this point, so hopefully our grandchildren will be able to race here.
Let's close on this. It's unrelated to stints and stops, but it's just a pretty cool thing. If you look at the sticker here on the side of Scott Dixon's nose, you'll see Jiffy Mixes.
Yeah.
And if you look over here, the shorter gentleman in the blue shirt by the name of Howdy
Holmes,
former IndyCar driver. He and Chip have some history. Can you tell folks about that? Because it's a really neat kind of reunion here.
It is a great reunion, and all of us have known, like people from our generation have known Howdy when Howdy was a lot younger. Still the same stature.
Yes.
But
fast as heck.
I mean, he was fast in Atlantic cars at the very beginning of his career, then fast with McLaren and Indy cars. I mean, he raced with Tyler Alexander. Think about that.
Wow.
And he raced well at Indianapolis as well as the IndyCar races, the other IndyCar races, and to have him join us with his parent company that owns Jiffy Mixes, you know, I don't know if you've ever used Jiffy Mix.
I have.
But the cornbread Jiffy Mix thing is a great, great thing. So do that on behalf of Howdy Holmes and Chip Ganassi Racing. We'd appreciate it very much.
Well, also,
but it's great to have him.
He from Chip's era as well. Chip early '80s, getting his start in IndyCar.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just kind of a fun reunion
Really
of the
fun.
past at a track
Really fun.
where we just embrace its history
Yeah,
nonstop.
and we just decided to pair up at Indianapolis. And what better place to start? And great to have Howdy here on a first name basis with us at Road America.
Beautiful. All right, we're going racing here today. 1 something or other Eastern, 12-ish local. Not on NBC.
Oh, yeah.
We're on USA Network. So yeah, it's a USA Network event. But
Yeah.
thanks again to Mike Hull for getting us smart on what to look for in terms of race strategy for this Sancio car care protection, whatever we call it, Grand Prix.
55 laps.